covering the situation on the ground in Ukraine. Joining me here in the studio is Eastern Europe Chief of Voice of America and veteran Ukrainian journalist Myroslava Gongadze. Thank you so much for joining us here in the studio. You made a long journey to get here, so we appreciate you taking a little time out for us on this Sunday afternoon. You have a very unique story. You know, a longtime journalist, extremely experienced covering this particular conflict and have from the beginning. And you also, your husband killed some 20 years ago. You came here to America as a refugee, raised your children. Tell us a little bit, I just want to give the viewers an idea of who you are and what you've seen since the beginning of this conflict.
Oh, wow. First of all, I have to say that I'm very, very happy right now that I have an ability and possibility to be there right now with my country that I left 21 years ago. I'm happy that Voice of America decided to send me there and to cover this horrible, horrible war. Ukraine is fighting for its independence since 30 years ago, and actually hundreds of years ago, but particularly this time around it's very, very difficult. And right now we have to understand that Ukraine is fighting the war for independence, the war for existence. Ukrainians are, sometimes people ask, like, why they are so resistant, why they're so courageous, why they are doing what they do. And they're doing what they do because they understand that they don't have other choices. They have to defend themselves, they have to defend their family, and they have to defend their future as Ukrainian nation and Ukrainian identity at all. Particularly about me, yes, I left Ukraine because my husband was murdered, and my kids grow up here in the United States. The United States is my second home, and I now trying to serve both countries, Ukraine and United States.
Well, I want to get your insights as you've come back very recently from over in Europe, in Ukraine, and in the surrounding countries. What is your assessment of what's happening there on the ground as the Ukrainian forces have been regaining all of this territory?
Thanks to American support and American weapons, Ukrainians were able to actually gain their abilities to build their army. And what we see, effective counter-offensive operation on Ukrainian side. And it looks like, I talked to a couple of generals lately, American generals, and they said it's irreversible at this point of time. Ukrainians are pushing Russians out. Talking about the war, in a war situation, it's about courage, it's about logistics. And it looks like Ukrainians are better they know what they're fighting for, and they have a much better logistics. So.
Yeah, we're looking at some of the images on the camera of some of the territory that the Ukrainian forces have reclaimed. A real logistical challenge once they do gain this territory and returned. And it's a challenge to cover as well, very dangerous as journalists. We lost Fox team members there very early on, veteran photographer Pierre Zashevsky and a young Ukrainian journalist that was working with our team, Sasha, as well. And you know some of the journalists that have lost their lives as well.
Yes, the first casualty of this war was my friend from Harvard. I wrote about it, and actually you showed these pictures of mass grave right just now, and I was there two weeks ago. And it's very, very difficult to be there, to experience, and specifically for a person like me, like Ukrainian, not just a reporter. I have a personal feelings about the space. But the country is like some of the cities are destroyed 85%. The Ukrainians are trying to find a way to rebuild, to get normality to their lives. And I have to say that I was impressed personally, even that they are very strong and very resilient. Ukrainian nation is very strong and resilient.
Yeah, we have witnessed that resilience for sure, and we, as Americans, understand a freedom fight. You know, we understand the value of freedom. You know, our hearts are with you. Thank you for coming in to share a little bit of your story and what you've seen. Myroslava Gongadze, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.